Philadelphia. That's the scene for the Nets. A knockdown shooter with positional size to take on a variety of defensive assignments. Cameron Johnson is locking in as they prepare to do battle inside Wells Fargo Center. Nets, Sixers. Coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Lonnie Walker.
And, guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Thomas is out there with Russell. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for the 76ers, we've got George. Embiid is out there with Oubre. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. This season has been full of surprises, Greg. What's surprising you most about the NBA right now?
Kevin, the game evolves constantly. I mean, the increased speed of the league.
That was something to see.
My goodness. That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Embiid finds Maxey. It's hauled in by Claxton. George against Williams. Pass to Johnson. Claxton a screen on Oubre. The 15-footer. Johnson, good.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Often when Embiid has a lane, he looks to throw it down, and he's got great speed for a big fella.
Russell against Maxey. Russell passes to Thomas. Screen by Claxton. Shoots the 3. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Maxey. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way, but this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Outside Thomas. Screened by Russell. The 3. Oubre pulls it in. 76ers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And the dunk by Embiid.
Strong move and a little spicy, too. Embiid's passion for the game, the way he plays, I love it.
Russell against Maxey. Johnson wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Pass to Russell. Over Maxey. And it's Russell missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Outside, George. Maxey with the screen on Williams. George passes to Embiid. And it's good, 2 points. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
Embiid, such a monster on the inside. He puts a lot of pressure on him.
Pass to Claxton. Outside Williams. Outside Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guy. Yabusele, he's checked in for Embiid. Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets.
Substitution on the court.
Russell high post. Still without a basket. And it's Johnson that time on the assist by Russell.
Orchestrating the offense like a vet. D'Angelo getting everybody involved.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin? Wow.
I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
On the wing, Johnson. There's 49 seconds left in the first. Russell passes to Claxton. Low block shot. The rebound by Yabusele. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. And that one's good. George.
Love the flow and rhythm that George plays with. Very impressive. He's got a natural, comfortable cadence to his pace.
Russell finds Claxton. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. It's Thomas outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Maxey, and the rejection by Claxton. It's been all about Cameron Johnson for the Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this. Close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Brooklyn.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Yabusele out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Butler. And it's McCain in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Williams kicks to Johnson. Nets passing it around. Shot clock at 5. Johnson with a screen on Edwards. Williams for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's McCain. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Sharp, the pass to Melton. Rebound by Butler. The 76ers lead. Lobbed up there for Edwards. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Well, DeAnthony Melton flies under the radar, Clark, but he is a solid role player.
Rock solid in every way, partner. Does a little bit of everything. You know, he's a disruptive defender and has great instincts at that end of the floor. He also can space the floor for you because he can make threes, but also can make plays, too.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Wilson's checked in. Here's Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
The defense has been giving them plenty of mid-range jumpers, and they've been making them pay for that mistake.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the 76ers. Kelly Oubre comes in for Edwards. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Butler. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Pass to McCain. And here's Embiid. Defended by Sharp. Embiid, no good. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. It's Williams, high post. Here's Clowney. To the paint, here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
Well, I tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Williams. Grimes passes to Embiid. Assertive move by Embiid.
Man, nice to see how Embiid operates in the pick and roll. Knows how to set hard screens as well as where and when to roll.
On the wing, Johnson. Now, here's Sharp. Back to Johnson. Pass to Williams. The shot from 20 feet away. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And the Nets lead by 2.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Grimes. Here's McCain. He's guarded by Johnson. High post, Embiid. Lets a floater go. Rebound, Brooklyn.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Johnson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Grimes. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Grimes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard for the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play these guys heads up. 5th on the list, the 76ers.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Pass to Thomas.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And again, it's the Nets missing. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. The last time these 2 clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met, but what a great game.
And in that game you mentioned, it was a great game. The reserves played a huge role. Gets the defender to sell out on the pump fake, then flips it in.
76ers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Maxey looking it over. Hands it from downtown. Maxey's got the game tied up here for Philadelphia.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Russell against Maxey. Pass to Thomas. Unloads from 13. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 4 assists now tonight.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
George against Johnson. Now George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, it's really hard to distract Paul George when he goes into a shot. I mean, even though the defense is there and made the obvious foul, doesn't seem to bother.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
Claxton a screen on George. And Claxton throws it down. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Pass to Bona. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Thomas. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, the high-flying acrobatics of George, something to behold. When he leaves the ground for these alley-oops, you drop your jaw in awe.
Here's Thomas. Misses off the right iron. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. 76ers on top, up by 1. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
A look here now at the 76ers. The end is near. Couldn't put things together in time. They've had a couple of good games, but they couldn't sustain the momentum. They're in rebuild territory, which ain't always pretty.
And a look back now at the first half, as the Sixers have a tight game on their hands.
Even before the game started, you could feel the energy in this arena, man. They fed off that. Big-time home court advantage here.
Some of the loudest fans in this league. It's like having a 6th man on the floor. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's 5. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Russell is out there with Thomas, and it's Williams at the small forward. Here's Maxey. Offline with his 3. Brooklyn trailing, and it's Russell in the corner. He's looking for Claxton and finds him.
The defensive instincts of Embiid on display there with the deny.
76ers shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Outside, George. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. No good, shot missing. Good defense by Claxton.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone.
on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Here's Thomas. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Oubre with it. Nothing on the board. It's stolen by Johnson. Maxey against Russell. Left side, Thomas. Feet out, and that one good. Thomas got the first field goal of the second half for the Nets.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
Here's Grimes. Thomas covering. Embiid, no good.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half, 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Thomas surveying the D. Pass to Russell. Outside Williams. Claxton with it. Claxton sets the screen for Thomas. No good on the triple.
Yeah, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
George against Johnson. Outside, George takes a 3. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. There's Thomas with the 3. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
Pass to Grimes. Back to Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. And the rejection by Claxton. Inside, here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the jam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
All right, coming out on the court right now, it's your Sixers and Kings.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Yabusele's checked in. Then for the Nets, Wilson, he's checked in for Thomas. And it's Johnson in for D'Angelo Russell. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Johnson against Maxey. Pass to Yabusele. 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Claxton the pass to Johnson. Wilson with it, covered by Oubre. And the basket by Johnson.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Maxey against Johnson. Maxey passes to Embiid. Over Claxton. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Embiid. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around, and he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch, this guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Sharps checked in for the Nets. Trendon Watford comes in for Williams. And that one misses. The Nets have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Up top, Watford. He's covered by Maxey. Pass to Sharp. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Over to the wing. To the middle for the lead. Nice shot by Yabusele. Yabusele's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Watford. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Johnson left side. It's hauled in by the 76ers. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's McCain. Brooklyn with the rebound. Sharp's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wilson the pass to Watford. Johnson outside. Over Maxey. Johnson, good. Johnson's got 14 points for the game.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Now, Watford. We've got Yabusele. He's out there with Edwards. Joel Embiid out there with Butler. And it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Johnson kicks to Wilson. 5 on the clock. Corner shot. And no good that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
In transition, here come the Nets. And Johnson with the stuff.
And you might not have expected him to go for the steal there, but boy, oh boy, did that ever work out.
Butler against Wilson. Butler passes to Edwards. Trains it from beyond the arc. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Here's Watford, defended by Butler. Pass to Sharp. Back to Johnson. The Nets working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Here's Clowney. Now Watford, defended by Butler. Here's Sharp. Not enough on that one as it misses. The 76ers lead. side, Butler. Pass to Embiid. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Like to see Embiid finishing like that. Not afraid to get physical, not backing away from the contact while being fouled.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Clearly an MVP caliber talent now. Embiid continues to impress with his versatility on both ends. A man that big shouldn't be able to do the stuff that he does with the ball.
The 76ers making a switch here. Grimes is checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Thomas is checked in. And Embiid drops them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Well, during the break, listened in with what Jordy Fernandez was telling the team. Now, he asked the defense to lock it down inside. He said, let's get physical. I don't want them to think we're soft in there. No more easy shots in the paint. So that's what the defense is set to do. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Thomas. Pass to Clowney. And here is Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Thomas. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Here's Grimes. Here's Embiid. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You know, it's the muscle and size of Embiid that allow him to score through contact.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the 76ers.
They've been playing some really physical offense, just attacking the paint as much as possible. And I tell you what, they have been very successful with that strategy.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
The physicality of Embiid, unmatched really, yet he's so much fun to watch because he's agile, has skill and touch. Man, is he a joy to watch work.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Claxton. Shoots over Embiid. Claxton no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Thomas kicks to Russell. Pass to Johnson. Screen by Claxton. Shot to stop the run, and Claxton throws it down.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
George, and it's George finishing it off.
Look, in deference to his age, he's not going to throw it down like he used to, but PG can still rock that rim.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Thomas, no luck.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Shot by Grimes, no good.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Embiid inside. Claxton's there. Embiid, no good. Nets trail by 4. To the inside. And Claxton throws it down.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. There's Embiid. Rebound, Brooklyn. Outside Thomas to tie it up. He nails it. And we're tied up. Thomas got 4 this quarter.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the fourth. And the rejection by Claxton. Williams kicks to Thomas. Back to Williams. On this that time, would have put him up.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
You see yourself on the screen and you show us your best moves. Let's go.
49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside Thomas. Down low. Here's Claxton, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
He had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the gap to 1. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
And they double up Embiid. And here is Williams. Count the basket and the foul. That one on Maxey.
And that bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop now may just seal the deal. Stop away from winning this thing.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
Here's Embiid. And the rejection by Claxton. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
Maxey kicks to Oubre. It's good! And that shot brings them to within just one. And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout.
Here they come. Nice round of applause for your 76ers ENT.
Out of bounds will be 76ers ball.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now we present the player of the game, Nick Claxton.